Today we were working on adding fractions using pictorial models. Tonight's homework is we need to draw a model to represent problems. So we're going to use a drawing to solve problems. Alright, for instance, one of the problems that we worked on today was 1/2, this will be the example, plus 1/4. Now we know that we can't add 2 plus 4 because they're unlike denominators. Using this in a diagram, I'm going to represent I'm going to split this square in 1/2. And for this one over here, I'm going to represent the 1/4 by taking this square and divide it by fourths. 1. Okay, I'm going to shade only 1/4 of it. And this represents 1/4 of my diagram. Then I'm going to redraw the models and partition them the same way to start, but I'm going to add the other fractions partitioning on top. So here, I'm going to take this, because we're finding equivalent fractions. And again, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to draw the same thing. And this is what I had here, my half. And it's almost as if I'm taking this part and transferring it over here. And if I do that, then this is what it would look like. Now I look at what I have, and I'm going to count the number of pieces because now my denominator will change. Here I had 2 parts, 2 total equal parts, that would be my denominator. Here I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total equal parts. And out of my 8, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are shaded. So now I know that 1/2 is equivalent to 4/8. I'm going to do the same thing with here. I'm bringing down this one because I'm going to transfer this. This is the same as transferring this pictorial design or model over onto this pictorial design. This is my original, where I have 4 equal parts. I will shade in 1 of the 4 equal parts, transferring this on top of here. Then it becomes, I have now a new denominator, and if I count them, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which I have 8. My denominator is now 8. I have 8 total equal parts, and out of this 8, I have 1, 2 that is shaded. Now I can add these together. So here I have, this one will then be my 1/4 is now equivalent to 2/8. And my new equation would be 4/8 plus 2/8. And so it will transform to, because my denominators stay the same, which would be 6/8. So that is representing adding fractions with unlike denominators using diagrams. Tonight's homework then, so if you were having some questions on tonight's homework you were adding 1/3 plus 1/2. Well, I need to draw a diagram with using 3 parts, equal parts. So I'm going to take my square, and I have 1, 2, 3 equal parts. Well, I only need one of the 3, so I'm going to be shading this in. And this is 1/3. And then I'm going to take my 1/2 using the same design because it needs to be equal. I'm going to divide this in half, and I have 2 parts, 1, 2, and I only need one of the 2 parts, and this will equal to 1/2. Now I need to transfer this over here, so I'm going to redesign here. I'm going to create the same drawing, having my 1/3, and moving this on here. And so now I'm coming from 1/3 to a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My denominator now changes to 6, and I have 2 of the 6 that are shaded. And so this no longer is viable, but I have now 2 6. This one right here, I'm going to recreate this by 1/2. Split this down the middle. Now I'm going to transfer this picture over here. So now I'm coming across and moving this over. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My 6 is my denominator, and I have 3 of those 6. My new equation becomes 2, 6 plus 3, 6 equals 5, 6. If I were to combine these here, just to let you know, let me show you. If I had this here, and I wanted to add these over here, I would take this here and place it on this side. And I will take this one here and move it over this one, proving my pictorial matches my equation. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of the total 6 equals 5, 6. Okay? So that was for the equation 1/3 plus 1/2. That was number 1. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 is 2/3 plus 1/4. 2/3 plus 1/4. Well, I need to look at, create a design. I need to have 3 equal parts. My denominator tells me the total number of equal parts that I need to have. So I need to draw out I made a square, and I need to have 3 equal parts. So here I have 1, 2, 3. Well, I need to shade in 2 of the 3. That's 1, 2. So this makes it 2/3. Here I need it to have 4 equal parts. So I'm going to draw my same square. Now, I know that if I drew my lines vertically, that gives me 3 equal parts. So what other direction do I need to draw my lines so that I can get 4 equal parts. That's right, I'm going to do a vertical. I did horizontal and now I'll do vertical. Sorry about that. It's, and here I have 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part. Well, all I need is 1 of the 4. So this is 1/4. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to redesign it. I'm going to take this part and I'm going to move it over here to this. So I'm going to bring this down here so I can have a better picture. Right. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to switch, add a different color. And I'm going to have this one red so it's easier to see. And then I'll keep this one black so that we can see that. Alright, so now I'm going to draw my lines here. And I need it to represent 2/3. So here's going to be my 2/3. One. That's my 2/3. And now I'm going to transfer my 4ths over here, drawing 1 line, 2 lines, 3. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts on top of my 2/3. And so this gives me how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. 12 total equal parts. If you notice the array, I have 3 down, 4 across. 3 down, 4 across. So 3 coming down, and I have 4 across. And there's my array. 3 times 4 equals 12. And out of the 12, I have 8 that are shaded. I have 4, and 4 is 8, or 2, 4, 6, 8. So I now know that 2/3 is equivalent to 8/12. Now I'm going to do the same design here and bring this down, and then I'm going to move this one right over here. So I'm going to draw my 4th chart. And here I had 1/4, and now I needed to draw my 3rds. Okay, so now I have again 3 down, 4 across. 3 times 4 is 12. If I count these up, they will be 12. Or I can use it as my array and multiply those out. My total number that I have shaded are 3, so there's 3 out of the 12 that are shaded. I add these up. 8 plus 3 over 12, because my denominators stay the same. 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 12 is my answer. If I wanted to move these over here to this side, I can take this, move it here, and I can take this one and move it here, and I can take this one and move it here. Does that prove that there's 11 out of the 12 shaded? Absolutely. I have 1 left. There's 1/12 that is left open. And so my picture proves that 8/12 plus